Managed to climb back to Legend today with a new team, so let's check it out and guess who's back.
7K Dreamer please.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the new team I'm using. I just changed it today and it is purely physical. I won't say purely, maybe because Clemif is a hybrid. But yep, this is the team and I'll be explaining why this is a good team along the way. And I managed to get my revenge battle with LMS Sukuri and Andre. So this is the first match. I'm gonna do 3 matches in a row without any edit or breakage. So Colt goes first, and it is very important that she goes first because she has 2 very good skills, so either one are good. This one does turn reduce and the other one actually removes hit shield buff, 6 hit shield buff, so that essentially gets rid of most of the void shields on your opponent's side of the team. So what is the idea of using Lubu back again? Because Lubu and Kao are the answers to Clemif. And why is getting rid of Clemif so important? Because if you see from my previous videos, Clemif prevents your Rin and your Palinus from doing any damage. And Clemif with Colt is even more deadly because Colt will only take damage from one of Rin's skills because she nullifies piercing herself. So the awakened skill of Rin and the piercing skill of Rin are both not going to do anything to Colt. So you want to get rid of Clemif ASAP. And over here Kao does his third attack and it actually helps to get rid of Clemif very well as well because it does piercing 5-man AoE. So it bypasses Clemif's passive. And we are using Lubu as well because if you were to see Lubu's skills, he has a 5-man piercing AoE, which is great. And he also have a 5-man normal AoE, but that doesn't do much. And if you see his awakened skill here, it pierces, hits 5-man, okay, and it doesn't crit. So this kills off the Tara on the opponent's team even easier. Even though you already have Clemif and Colt with exploit vulnerability, but if you have Lubu, his skills can actually help you to kill Tara even easier as well. So you see, once the Clemif on the opponent's side is down, you can actually do more damage with Rin's awakened skill and Palinus' awakened skill. And that is something that is very important and can potentially change the tide of the battle. Colt's awakened skill is also very useful. It actually does huge damage. And sometimes if you stack it properly with her Mark ability, she can actually kill off Palinus. So my Clemif is actually still alive, which is really good. And my Colt is moving a lot. And that is what I like. Colt needs to move a lot. Her exploit vulnerability skills are very useful against the endgame Palinus. Okay. Here my Clemif moves as well and also very useful because she does 4 hits. So it kills off the opponent Rin and also deals more damage to Palinus. I will talk about my equipments and what I changed on these heroes in the second match, so do look out for it. Second match is also pretty interesting. So over here you see Colt. My Colt is going to do 2 normal attacks and it's going to proc her Dark Bullet ability. And the Dark Bullet is actually triggered when she hits an enemy with 2 markers. It does critical damage 80% 2 times. So this wasn't really the ending I was expecting, not expecting Clemif to just whack twice. Okay, moving on to Ting 2548. Ting 2548 has a very interesting team. He has a Chris, which really scares the heck out of me because I don't have Death Resist on most of my heroes. In fact, I only have Death Resist on Lubu and Palinus. And he inflicts death right away onto my Colt, which is very unfortunate. So here I'm really hoping that my Clemif can remove it. Okay. So over here you see that my Colt actually has blind resist because I don't want her to be blinded by other Colts and cause her skills and attacks to miss. Her attacks are very important in helping you to get rid of shields and also to kill Tara and all that kind of things. She can even kill other Colts. Okay, so You want to make use of the exploit vulnerability that she has, so it's best if you give her blind resist, because now there are so many cults running around, especially in the higher tier arena. Of course, if you don't face any cults in your tier, then I mean, you may not even be using cult in the first place. So over here, her hunting finale does huge damage on Clamif, kills off the Clamif, which is awesome. Okay, that's the whole idea of this team, is to kill off Clamif. So if you haven't checked out the previous video, you'll realize that both of Colt's skills can touch Tara with no problem if she does not crit. And both actually do not have crit themselves. Okay, so that's very good against Tara. So the Chris already revived in zombie mode, which is not really something nice. And I'm really scared here, because he kills off my cow and my colt with death, so it sucks. And he also inflicts death on my Clamif, and that's super important. I cannot lose Clamif. I'm so thankful that he did not proc the death here, and my Clamif proceeds to remove it, which is the best thing ever. I'm actually surprised at Clamif's survivability. Because usually she dies very quickly, but somehow when I put her in this team, she does not die that fast. So here Chris uses his Awaken skill to revive zombies, and here I'm praying that, you know, Lubu, use your Crimson Gale Slam, and he did. So that's very lucky as well. It's all planned. And over here you see that he's actually proc his Enraged Ultimate Spear to kill off Chris. So Enraged Ultimate Spear actually removes 1 turn, and the previous skill, the Crimson Gale Slam, already removed 3 turns, so it was very timely as well. So here, he actually can hit Tara because his Awaken skill does not crit, but somehow it just had to crit and did not hit Tara at all. So here I'm back at a 1v2. This is a very familiar situation if you guys are fighting arena a lot, but thankfully I managed to just one shot. The last match is against the previous champion, Harry Haihao Lee. So he's using Platine, which is another very interesting team that I would like to show you guys. I'm very thankful that I actually came across 3 different teams in a row. So Platine here, I'm actually not too sure why he used Platine, because Natural Blessing is very easily gotten rid of with Tara's single skill. Okay, but I'm not sure. He's probably using Platine for the passive to do more damage on Paladins probably, or tank teams. And anyway, so the idea here is that my cow actually removed 2 turns of his Natural Blessing, and here my Clamif with her priority effect actually removed all the Natural Blessings. So turn reduction is very fast in the physical offensive team as well, due to Cow's third attacks. Okay, so I was gonna talk about equipment, right? So Paladins here, I've changed it up. I've actually given her death resist. Okay, so that's the only thing I changed basically, nothing much. My Paladins used her Awaken skill way too early over here. Luckily I can do damage because he doesn't use a Clamif. So as for my cow, he actually has increased Awakening Gauge and skill cooldown, and also Blind Resist and Silence Resist. Silence is just in case there's a Macure, and Blind Resist is of course against Cult. You don't want your cow to be blinded, otherwise he won't counter and use his third attacks. So Cult over here is going to do a lot of damage on Tara and kills Tara, which is great. So my Clamif is still pretty much healthy and can definitely wall the Palinus damage. So why is my team not taking any damage? Because Kao still has his shields, Cord is immune to piercing, and Lubu won't be touched until his team goes down. So we realized that Clamith actually used her normal skill first instead of her awakened skill. So I'm not too sure why, because I keep feeling like Clamith has some issue with her skill order. There's no priority for her awakened skill at all until now. So it's just pretty strange. Once again, Cord is moving pretty much, okay, very important for her to move. Do as much damage as she can with her exploit vulnerability. You realize that my Lubu doesn't really move, hasn't really moved in the whole match, and this part was super devastating, okay. She killed 3. His Cord killed 3 people. I mean, at this point I thought, okay, this is a gone match. Really, and I'm so thankful that my Cord is still alive. Like, she's been taking so much damage all the way to this point. And my Lubu now finally moves. Hasn't been moving throughout the whole match. And he's gotten his 5 void shields up. In case, if he was incapacitated by Tara, then he wouldn't have gotten his void shields up. Okay, so that's very important that Clamith actually cleanses off all the debuffs before she leaves. And here I'm very lucky that I land the stun. I think he didn't give his Palinus stun resist or something, so I land the stun, and it's really just about whacking the Palinus to death and trying to proc my marker as well. So I'm super lucky. And yeah, so this was the new team. There's fire versus water now. I'm not sure what you guys will decide to use, so let me know in the comments what you think of the new team. And if this video has helped you, do give it a like and do subscribe to my channel for more of such interesting team compositions and arena battles, which I will try my best to provide you guys with. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video.